Hello, beautiful people.
Neta, qué rara la vez que estoy ebrio. Neta.
Welcome to Bro Taste This.
Break down wine?
Let's see it.
I don't know how rappers aren't rapping about red wine. Every rap song is always the same thing. It's always, I'm better than you, I'm tougher than you, I got more money than you. I'm like, nigga, you been drinking Malbec.
I'm a fiend for cheese.
Cuando te veo triste quiero llorar. Cuando te tengo cerca quiero bailar. Y cuando te debiste quiero explorar. Mujer como tú no hay otra.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon. Welcome to Vida y Vino, episode 24. I am Luis Pablo, and joined to my left, I got Phil Golden Corral.
Hee.
Across from me, I got Juan Legend. We're just going to ignore that. I got Juan Legend.
This guy just ran into a power-up on Mario Kart.
That was that big mushroom, the one that made when they introduced it on Nintendo DS.
The one with the wings?
Yeah, exactly. No, the one where he became giant.
Level up.
Oh,
the
okay.
big one.
Yeah.
And to my right, we're very happy and grateful to be joined by Tlaloc, a.k.a. TMI.
Hey, what's up? What's up?
You can find him on all socials, YouTube Music, Spotify, everything under TMI.
What gets you the most money?
Most money or most views?
Which website?
I think most views is what you want to say.
Off of iTunes, honestly.
Spotify and iTunes. There you go, people.
Yeah.
Spotify and iTunes.
So
Let's drive those numbers up.
Yeah, pretty much anywhere you listen to Bro Taste This, you can find his music also. But yeah, I noticed YouTube was like kind of the place that is probably easier to get to you because that's where I saw the most songs. So
Okay, well, all the platforms.
everything's got everything.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, man.
I caught you the most on Spotify, personally. Yeah.
Spotify.
YouTube Music, but I'm not gonna
What's
brag.
up? There you go. Hey, you're
I'm on
spread
there
out.
too, yeah.
What's up, man?
yeah.
Shit. No, I know you're on there.
yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm just trying to brag that I got YouTube Music. He's got Spotify.
You got that paycheck?
What
Man,
the hell is this guy
What's the
talking about?
difference? What's the
I've
difference?
done the free trial, like the 7-day free trial.
There we go.
I like it the most just because it does give you all YouTube videos without any ads, and you can just like I'll use YouTube for all my music, all my podcasts.
You
It's
guys,
just, like,
you guys
it's easy.
you guys have Apple phones?
Yeah.
No, I have an Android.
I got an Apple.
Oh, all right. Then you might like this. I have an app called Vanced Droid, and Droid Vanced. It's just a YouTube like jailbroken version, and you can do all that shit for free.
What?
You can just pick a playlist on YouTube, play, lock that shit, and it'll play as long as you still have pretty decent signal. You can play.
I have to check that out.
So yeah.
Boys, what are we drinking today?
What the hell?
What
is
are
this?
we drinking today? You know what? Actually, before we move into that, I did want to clarify. Tell the people what TMI stands for. TMI.
Well, I mean, honestly, in the beginning, it was just Truth, Message, and Intellect. I don't know if you guys know KRS-One.
No, I'm not
Nah,
familiar.
Wait, who?
Like KRS-One, he's an old school like rapper.
Oh no.
Now, so it kind of stands for Knowledge Rule Supreme. So before I was just kind of like
Okay.
trying to spit that knowledge. So
Intellect. There we go. Okay.
now
Fuck yeah.
it's just kind of like too much of myself, giving you my heart.
Fuck yeah. All right.
Damn, that's deeper than I imagined. I thought it was gonna be too much information, but god damn.
No.
No.
True Mexican. I like that, man. True Mexican.
Fuck yeah.
Or like for a second, too many immigrants. I was like,
No, yeah, low-key, I was like the Mexican immigrant, yeah. Too much inspiration.
Dude, he was about to give you like DJT's number, dog. He was like, I could get you in contact with his campaign.
I got this new guy.
That's really funny. We got in front of us a white wine from Italy called Alessandro Gallici Visionario Bianco della Venezia from 2020.
Wow.
Your Italian is beautiful, Luis.
It's
getting
better than
better.
my fucking Spanish, unfortunately.
It's great.
What do you guys think about the wine so far?
I think it's really good. I think it's very minerally, a little bit peachy.
It's extremely mineral.
I would say those are the two things that come across for me.
Got
like
a really nice color to
a
it.
little bit of like salt water and peach.
What's the cost of it? I don't know.
What would you think is the cost of it?
What would you pay for it?
Yeah, after tasting it, minerally, medium body, you can
That-
see through it.
That looks like it's a $40, $35 bottle.
Yeah, the label's beautiful. It's got this black and gold with the V on it, and then it looks like a mock-up Statue of Liberty.
You're
in front
right.
of it.
Very simple, very bold.
Very
Yeah.
simple, elegant. Yeah.
Oh.
Any guesses, Juan? How much do you think this costs?
I mean, I have a little bit more knowledge about how much some of those might be priced at. I don't know exactly how much it is, though. I'm going to guesstimate 27.
27. Okay.
And Phil?
Okay. Now, for our audio listeners, what you can't tell is on the cork, there's special designs on it of a grape, right? So not only is the bottle bold and elegant and dark, but the cork, by God, the artistic liberties and freedoms to it, easily $39.99.
Well,
Gosh, somebody get this guy on the radio.
damn,
Somebody.
bro.
Somebody
What's in
stop
Texas?
me.
Kiss FM.
Honestly, I think you could be a wine actual seller of wine.
Oh, in a different past life, I sold snake oil. Snake oil salesman. So
Yes. 100%.
Like you did do that, or
Oh,
you're
no,
saying,
I'm saying my
a
ancestors.
previous version of
a
you.
previous past ancestors. After watching Mulan, I was like, my ancestors were probably really shitty. They probably didn't go to war. They probably scavenged and loot. They probably just stayed around.
Fair enough. This
Sounds like
wine.
a survivor. Some of those other people might not have ancestors.
Oh, yeah, that's
your
true.
people just came through and raped and pillaged, unfortunately.
And brought you snake oil.
At what cost? At what cost? This wine retails for about $15.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it's
15.
a pretty banging wine for the quality of it.
Yeah.
It's the money for
A lot of
For
bang
qu-
for your buck.
exactly. And I've been doing this deep dive on Bon Appetit's YouTube channel. I know I send it to our group chat, but are you familiar with Bon Appetit?
No, not really.
It's this like a food channel specifically, but they got this sommelier named Andre on there who's been doing these like big videos with like Kevin Hart, Dwayne Wade, and he'll sit down with these celebrities and go through 5 different bottles of wine at different prices. And it's just amazing that the person across from him will be like, damn, this wine's fucking amazing. It's got to be like the $50 to $75 one. They're like, that's actually the cheapest one. So it's like, it's always interesting
Yeah.
to hear like, especially someone who doesn't drink as much wine, when you taste a good wine, you're like, it could range anything.
Yeah.
Because
I
you,
mean, if you're trying to get drunk, I mean, don't
who
really
the fuck?
matter.
Exactly.
Money's money at that point. Shit.
He's over here like, why are you complicating shit?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, plus with a name like this, the Visionaro.
Visionario.
Visionario.
And the bottle itself is beautiful.
How would you say that in Italian?
Vizionario?
Oh, okay. So
Oh,
it's
you
like
just said
a
it
Z?
correctly?
Yeah, just the
Vizionario.
second S, or the first S is just Vizionario.
Vizionario.
Yeah.
Visionario.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, so it's, I mean, review-wise, people love it. There's no one specifically, but it's got 4 stars.
Now, TMI, if you were to shoot a rap video, right? It's just a music video in general. Would you be popping this everywhere? Or would you go for something more colorful on camera?
Well, I mean, honestly, most rappers don't do wine.
Bro, I just
that would actually
break
be
the
something
system.
cool.
Yo.
that would
Should
actually
we
be cool.
start to push wine onto the rap scene though? Because I mean,
Yeah.
when you think about it, rappers when they make music videos, they're doing like vodka and tequila and shit like that. But is that really like a drunk that says rap video? You know, like
As opposed to
rappers
wine?
are pretty, poetic. They're pretty in
Dave's
their
got a point.
feelings sometimes. That sounds like red wine to me.
That sounds like a Drake promo. You should push it to Drake. I feel like
we should.
Yeah, they're always pushing, like Future, I know he's got like Hendrix and who has Grey Goose? Is that, oh no, Ciroc is P. Diddy
Yeah.
And 50 Cent.
and 50 Cent.
Yeah, he has his own vodka, I believe.
But all these rappers are tasting these like expensive liquors when in reality, I mean, dude, 1 bottle of wine is all you need. Like the song we played, No Hay Otra, I think that would be a perfect song to film
Yes.
a music video of drinking wine where you're just like across the dinner table. I'm pitching ideas. What do you think?
We're actually already shooting.
You already
Oh,
shooting?
Oh, you were shooting.
Dude,
Okay,
yeah.
wow. Look at that.
75% of it done.
Oh, sick.
Hell
man.
yeah.
What is it
Maybe-
like?
maybe the last scene
like a
of it.
hot girl in the bathtub.
Still a bottle of wine.
Pop it out.
You put like a hot girl in a bathtub. You pour red wine on her. Like while she's wearing a lingerie. That's a fucking low budget
Yeah.
music video right there.
Okay, next one. That's what I'm.
Next one, we're going to do wine. Yeah. How about next one? You let us film it.
Yeah, fuck it, yeah.
I mean, why not? It won't cost you any money.
Okay.
We'll
There you go.
we'll do all the filming.
And then we can make a pro girl and pro guy one. So you guys can pour me with wine and I'll be in the bathtub. It's 2022.
I would
Yeah,
love
no
that
judgment.
scene.
It's 2022, doggy. Joe Biden's president.
For
let's
real.
Let's get wine over.
This will
Come
be
on.
great for our trans outreach.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Our demographic could change a little bit.
I believe March is trans awareness, right?
Is it? I thought it was. It was. I know it's like a
I'm not entirely sure.
Women's Month. I know that. Like,
It's Women's Month.
I
as
believe
well.
so. I believe if my Google Calendar was correct, it's like some sort of
March specifically?
Yeah. Somebody look that up. If I'm over here
I'll look it up. Yeah.
eating my words.
We're all about inclusion here at Bro Tastes.
Do they
Alright.
give black people the shortest month and women a 31st month?
I guess that's what you picked up from that.
Come on, man. It just seems a little fucked up to me.
That's because it takes so long in the bathroom. Getting they need that extra.
They need the extra time.
You gotta get ready.
Is March Women's Month? Women's History Month is March. Yeah, you're right.
Boom. All right. See.
Oh, look at you.
Fucking Google.
Yeah.
That was just me remembering what Google Calendar showed me.
Well,
That's
you're a
not
very
funny.
smart guy.
TMI.
Another smart guy.
Yeah.
All right.
Tell us. I know while we were setting up, we were talking a little bit about how you got into the Latin Grammys, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you? I mean, from your brief like intro to it, it kind of sounded like, I don't know, a great TikTok series or an episode of Borat or some shit. Could you go over that story a little bit on the pod?
Well, it was last minute, like 2 days before the group of people that were gonna go to the Grammys. My friend has a friend that has a radio station here in Beloit. It's La Preferida de Beloit, and I was like, yo, if you're going, like, why don't you ask her, like if I can go? And she's like, all right, let me ask her. So she did, and she's like, yeah, you can come, but you can't stay in the same hotel. So I had to book my own hotel and stuff like that. But it was still worth it. I went as actually a videographer, not a rapper. But once I was there, like, we were already in the room, so we were like, fuck it, like, let's just put your name on there. Like, so I got interviewed by a few Las Vegas radio stations, a couple LA.
That's sick.
Like, random people, like, I was dressed the part too, so like people were like taking pictures with me. They didn't even know who I was. They're just like, yo, let me take a pic.
The Latin Grammys are taking place. Like, clearly,
So they're like, oh,
There's a red carpet.
Yeah, red carpet and stuff.
That's really cool.
If you look like you belong, man.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, there's a couple girls that were with us, so that they would fake come up to me and be like, "Oh my god!" It's and that kind of helped too. So
Hell yeah.
When you refer to you were in the room, so you put your name down, what do you mean by like the room? Was there like a room where artists specifically met up?
So I went to the Grammys, but I didn't go to the Grammys.
Yeah.
So this lady was kind of. I don't know if I should put this out there, but she was promised something. She was promised that she was going to get into the Grammys.
Oh.
She's going to interview all these artists.
So she kind of got done dirty.
Yeah, so she
Damn.
didn't interview as big of artists. Like, we did interview some Grammy nominees, but it was like Catholic album.
A Grammy's a Grammy.
Or like stuff like, exactly. Yeah, so she wasn't able to do that. We were in the same room with Grupo Firme. And
That's
they're
dope.
really big.
They're huge right now.
Yeah, I was actually in the elevator with them, but since I didn't really know they were
You didn't know who they were at the time?
Nah, I didn't know who they were.
They could totally blend in. They could look like our uncles, and we don't know that shit.
For the viewers at home, how do you pronounce that?
Grupo Firme?
Grupo Firme.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
Wait, that's group. Firearms, Freeman.
Correct.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Hey, man, your Spanish got
Firearms,
really good.
firemen, all of the above.
I'm working on a speech.
You're working on a Spanish speech?
Yeah.
Give us a few sentences.
Bienvenidos, damas y caballeros. Me da mucho gusto para compartir este día de matrimonio y pasión. Y pasión.
I actually just got engaged on Sunday, so I would love if you introduced us at
In Spanish?
in Spanish.
Hit the clap.
Congrats.
Thank you. Damn, we're gonna have to. That was way too loud.
I'll
They
work.
were happy. They were happy.
Hell
Crowd
yeah.
was happy
Hey,
for you.
congratulations.
Thank
though.
you.
Yeah,
I appreciate
congrats,
it. Thanks,
Luis.
everybody. Thank you.
Where did you have dinner?
We had dinner where we met, which was at Ristorante Brissago. My boy, Chef Rigo Cuisine, took good care of us.
His name is Rigo Cuisine.
No, his Instagram.
Oh.
Chef underscore. So every time I see him, I just call him Chef Rigo Cuisine. Just to
Okay.
fuck-
He's
Hell
been
yeah.
trying to jump on one of my tracks.
Has he really?
Rigo
That's a
Cuisine.
cat.
Yeah, no, for real. He keeps texting me. He's like, "Hey, yo, can I jump on one of your songs?"
You're
He's
lying.
Like, yo, you rap? Like, show me a rap. He has never shown me a rap though.
Mm.
So I'm calling him out right
I
now.
thought Rigo.
There we go.
There you go. Send him a
You
sample.
know what? Like, the homie can cook. It's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
I had this fucking awesome octopus. That was chef's kiss, baby.
How was it prepared for you, buddy?
It was so when you take octopus, it's all muscle, right?
Yeah.
And you want to
Yeah.
braise that instead of grilling it, because grilling it is just gonna char it and make it harder to chew. So braising it is cooking it in fire or in heat for a long period of time for like 4 or 5 hours essentially. So that allows any like red meat. Like I've created asabuco for you and your fiance Juan. And like with red meat, you kind of want it to get more tender, and with octopus, something that's got a lot of muscle, you want that shit to all break down. So braising it,
Wow.
Chef's
highly
kiss.
recommend. Highly recommend. You fuck with octopus, TMI?
Yeah. I've tried what was called calamari. That's
Yeah.
octopus, right?
It's squid, but yeah, it's like
it's squid,
chewy.
okay.
Yeah, it's still the same shit, bro. It's,
Same family,
it's
right?
all
Similar.
tentacles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all the same shit.
That sounds delicious.
Uh,
But no, the Latin Grammys. So for the viewers that aren't familiar with the Grammys, because the Grammys at this point is kind of like, you know, if it's not the Kids' Choice Awards or whatever TikTok awards, then maybe, you know, I mean, is it going to get any views? I mean, so for the Latin Grammys, like it's in Las Vegas, right?
Yeah,
Right?
It
Was
was. It was in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
I think the Latin Grammys break like Univision records every single year.
In serio?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's all how I found out about J Balvin. And like I didn't listen to music in Spanish for years. And then one time I heard what song was it? Te quiero conocer or something like that. And I was like, damn. And then ever since that I've been on a reggaeton cruise. So Univision like kills because they still do the Latin Grammys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they break record. I mean, it's fucking insane how
Dude,
many people watch that
I was
shit.
thinking.
Univision.
I was thinking about Univision today, actually, like how it's kind of, you know how I don't want to, you know how people say, back in the day there used to be like 4 TV channels, and like we used to have Channel 5 News, and we all watched Walter Cronkite, and they were like, yeah, he was all facts, this and that. I feel like Univision is still that to our parents. You know what I mean?
Somewhat.
It's quite literally like the only like news, mainstream style news that they get. It's quite literally the only like entertainment like center that they're funneled into, just because there's only like one major Spanish channel.
It's like the guy, he's like the David Letterman of Spanish comedy.
Yeah.
Sábado
Gigante.
Gigante.
Yeah,
Don
He was
Francisco.
like the Johnny Carson figure, you know, like, and I feel like it, just because there's only one channel, those figures are even more magnified, if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah. No,
like
I mean,
those
I get
figures are
it.
even bigger, and like if you know like one Hispanic in the United States, he's probably heard of Sábado Gigante, and he can be Salvadorian, he can be Mexican, he can be
Puerto
like,
Rican.
Puerto Rican. He's probably fucking heard of that shit. Like,
I think white people have heard of Salvador Gigante too. Like that's how much of a cultural phenomenon it was. Like it was every fucking Saturday you'd see Don Francisco with like 3 ladies next to him who are selling fabuloso and like they're half naked. So.
scantily, yeah.
That guy's untouchable. The sexual allegations that's got to be listed against him that hasn't come out yet.
Does he have any?
I don't know.
Then shut
But
the fuck up.
there is.
Shut the fuck up.
There is.
How dare you tarnish
This guy's
man.
Don't
untouchable.
just throw it out there. He's like, he could be Bill Cosby.
This guy's the next
He's like,
Mexican
I don't
Harvey
know shit, but he
Weinstein.
could be.
Don Francisco.
Couldn't anybody be? But yeah, no, I really want to highlight our guest today, TMI, who the way that Juan's fiance described you was a very smart, quiet kid in high school who then just like you started making music and then you've been popping off, making like, you know, really well created hits, not just like I'm just gonna throw some rap on or whatever. Do you want to tell us about how some of your early life and some of how that you would say influenced you into making music, because you're also a very big soccer player as well?
Well, I'm kind of retired.
Hung up the boots?
Yeah, I've hung up the boots. I still like scrimmage, but I mean, honestly, that's kind of where it started. It started with soccer, and then through injuries, like I had no outlet of like, cause that was my only thing. Since I was so quiet, I didn't really have friends. The only friends I had really were soccer players.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I kind of just went through a little bit of depression. Started writing poetry, and then that's kind of where I started rapping.
Oh damn!
Yeah, no, for your first album, if I'm correct, Diego's Lover, right? Is your first album by yourself? Project. Lyrically speaking, I feel like that was like you coming out as like finding your words. You know what I mean? And then once you went further with your the next album, your next singles, you had focused more on your beat. That's why one of the reasons if you can look on like we said, anywhere where music and podcasts are streamable, you can find Diego's Lover, the album on there, and fucking Chingon, Exodus. I mean, the lyrics to Exodus reminds me of an homage to Acid Rain. Just the deep, you guys heard Acid Rain by Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, of course.
Just the deep
Acid Rap.
Thank you. Just the deep, meaningful lyrics to it. You know what I mean? What's something wrong with me?
No,
you're good.
You're good.
All right.
Never mind.
Yeah,
Just really
but no. But, I mean, just from outside perspective, I feel like Diego's Lover lyrically is just like very strong, and then you find your beat going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I kind of my flow like is
Yeah.
So yeah. So at first, it was more like just I want to spit rhymes. Like that's all I want to do. And I also have like the Spanish and the English like side of me, so like I can be witty like in Spanish too. But it was mostly Spanglish, and then I feel like I speak more from the soul, from the heart when it's in Spanish. So that's kind of why I mostly rap in Spanish now.
And it's so fast and fluid, like just like going from
one to the other,
and the wittiness, because like some things just sound better in Spanish.
Yeah,
Which actually brings me to a point. Bad Bunny is the most, not just like Latin artists in general
globally.
that had 2 years running, the most listened to artist. And that, adding to Phil's point, is there a reason that you maybe think why Spanish music is so popular right now? Or do you think it's just like the way it sounds, it's almost like not an added layer of beat, but just like added instrument?
Well, I mean, reggaeton, I feel like it's not necessarily just Spanish music, it's reggaeton or dembow, like stuff that's just gonna make you move. So you don't even need to know what they're saying. So I think that's a big part. If Bad Bunny wasn't making reggaeton, I don't know if he'd be as big as he is right now.
Whereas if he was just like a pure lyricist, like what's his name, like Millonario, and some of those like Spanish rappers,
like Calle 13. Although Calle 13 is really big too, like, and he can make reggaeton too. So, but yeah, like artists like that.
I mean, Calle 13 is big, but Calle 13 never went to the WWE Royal Rumble or the WWE WrestleMania like Bad Bunny, which is bonkers. You know you're good once you're on the WWE main stage.
Yeah.
Talking about the Super Bowl of wrestling.
Takes you to the front of the presidential candidates.
WrestleMania, brother.
Well, I mean, like saying the Super Bowl, he was at the Super Bowl too, Bad Bunny.
Oh, really?
Bad Bunny, J Balvin,
Yeah, they were for the Jennifer Lopez and...
No, Manches? The one... That was a year ago, wasn't it?
No, that was 3 years ago at this point.
I think 3, yeah.
Yeah, that was 3.
That shit gave me goosebumps, honestly.
Oh, fuck yeah. I was gonna say, this kind of reminds me of something I wanted to bring up today about how specifically it seems like Hispanic artists are kind of having a come up, and I think it just has to do with like the demographics kind of changing a little bit of the country, where we have increased in the population size, so we're gonna push a lot more of the media too. Like for example, Cuco, Caliuchis, Bad Bunny. Like they're all like kind of Spanglish, like adjacent. And I kind of like the reason I brought some of those up was also because your music, especially in like the lo-fi evolution, like beats that he was talking about, kind of reminds me a lot of like Cuco as well. Like, and I mean, the motherfucker's huge. So
yeah.
I mean that as praise. So props to you.
I mean, he's definitely been an influence. I don't know if you guys have heard of Snow the Product.
No.
So
the product or smell?
Snow. Like,
Snow, okay.
Yeah,
Snow like cocaine.
Like cocaine, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like smell the product, like smell what I'm cooking.
No. Snow the Product. So she's a dope lyricist. Like I wanted kind of to be like her in the beginning. I'm trying to think of what other artists, but yeah, just that Spanglish. But then slowly kind of evolved into that Cuco sound.
Yeah.
Caliuchis, like you said. Who else? Like I'm just a combination of a lot of artists.
Yeah, and you can definitely hear like those influences. Earlier, like you said, when you were more in like your poet phase, your Diego's Lover phase. I told you how I don't remember how I mentioned it, but we mentioned Calle 13 and you were talking about how that kind of inspired you at the beginning as well.
I started writing rhymes like that, but I feel like my vocabulary wasn't to the level that it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then actually working at the Abbey as a server, like just being around chilangos and that slang, like that kind of like was a stepping stone for my career too as an artist.
Is that where Chinga came from?
Chinga?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, I kind of college too, because I took Spanish Spanish classes in college.
Okay.
So just learning about like just like our background and our history in the United States, because I feel like in school we never really learn about our history, and like we've been lynched before too here in the States.
History is only written by the winners.
Exactly.
Sundown towns and all that shit.
Yeah. Exactly. So just that's what inspired me to kind of start doing all that.
No, it's really
beautiful.
No, and one thing that I did want to touch on is back to the kind of the lo-fi scene. Like they mentioned, your early stuff was very lyrical, and you can kind of feel like maybe there was some pent up anger in your lyrics. Like, you said you did it as poetry because you were going through almost like an evolution of yourself, so that you are this new person, and maybe you are, now TMI more than you are Tlaloc.
Tlaloc.
That's the wine, bro. I'm sorry. it's really acidic. There's a lot of tannins in it, so there's a lot of saliva in my mouth. But overall, the lo-fi, is that something that you want to continue with, or is that something you're like, you know what, I really like lo-fi hip hop right now, so that's something that I want to do for now, and you kind of feel like maybe some of that anger and aggression has cooled down for now, and that's why you're kind of exploring this melodic tune now?
Well, I definitely think that anger and bottled up emotions are still a part of me, but this whole other side, like I'm a hopeless romantic, so like, and I'm corny as fuck too, so
bro, it's that Latino lover and all of us, dog.
So that shit, it just comes out more naturally now. And I also wanted to have like something different. I take pride in my Spanish too. My Spanish, I try to speak it as well as I can. I'm definitely much more articulate than I was before in Spanish. So just working on that, I take pride in that, because I feel like Caliuchis and Cuco, even them, they have some words that they might say it awkward, like weird, like it's not how you're supposed to say it. And that's no. I'm not throwing jabs. I don't want to start beef you. But just like that's their Spanish, like, but I take pride in mine, and so I wanted to have a different sound, something that like Mexican Americans and Latinos worldwide could be like, this is a real Latino. I'm not saying the other guys aren't real Latinos, but like you can be as Mexican as you want in a state where Latinos aren't seen, like being here in Wisconsin.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that, because literally today at my office job, somebody who I've worked with for a couple months now, we were in the bathroom at the same time, and it's always been like very professional conversations that I've had with him. But today he goes, "Hey, how's it going, man? Like, it's Wednesday, blah blah blah, bullshit office talk." And he goes, "Hey, Luisa, I wanted to ask you, where are you from? What are you?"
What are you?
What are you?
I
love that question.
I was like, what? He's like, yeah, you Mexican, Puerto Rican, Hispanic, Latinx. And I'm like, yeah, bro,
Latinx.
just full born Wisconsin. Just like born and raised in Wisconsin. He's like, oh, come on, man, don't give me that. And I was like, I was like, Wisconsin, baby. And then I walked out of the room and I'm like, why the fuck does that matter? Like, and I'm sure all four of us in the room have been asked that, like, where are you from? But why the fuck does it matter? Like, I don't understand why people want to almost like pinpoint some sort of like racism onto it. Well,
and back to the lo-fi part too. Just like right now, corridos and reggaeton and banda, like that's what's popping. Like that's what's
huge,
hitting.
Like crazy huge.
Yeah, so I want to do something completely different. Like I'm trying to set myself apart. I'm trying to start something different. So that's why lo-fi, and then anime too. Like anime and lo-fi, like that goes like together
very well.
So I love anime too. So that's also why I'm into lo-fi and stuff.
Yeah. No, the lo-fi.
Well, you don't.
Dude, the biggest
he does.
I'm the biggest fan in the room, dog.
That lo-fi girl is just
Clearly,
blew
you're
up.
not a
The,
listener
like,
because you would know.
that type of lo-fi music, it's like became like the hallmark for YouTube for like the longest time.
Yeah,
I
the
feel
lo-fi
like.
hip hop girl.
like
Yeah.
that background music.
I wouldn't even say sometimes it's background, but it's like
Just
know.
lo-fi beats, right?
Yeah, we're
Hip
not.
hop study lo-fi beats.
It's interesting that millennials aren't like iPad babies, but whatever the equal to like listening to something, not just like putting a screen in front of you. I'm that fucking baby. That's what I am, because I always need like something in the background for noise. And like the beats and everything. Like lo-fi is huge, and the fact that you're like adding lyrics to it, not just like making an interesting beat or rapping over a beat. Like it I don't know, it adds a layer to music that you're like, all right, this is something that's, like you said, it's not just what everybody else is putting out.
You're literally able to express yourself in the best incantation of it. Did I say that right? Incantation?
Encanto?
Encanto? No. Good movie, but that guy.
What would you say your top 5 anime are? Or that maybe you're watching right now?
Top 5.
I know it's kind of on the spot.
Well, right now I don't know if I'm watching any right now.
What was the last big one you just got off? Like, oh, hell yeah.
Death Note is one of my favorites.
Death Note is top.
Classic.
Trying to think what else right off the top. No, I just went blank.
Full Metal Alchemist, maybe? Demon Slayer, Attack on Titan.
Oh, Demon Slayer is dope as fuck.
Demon
too.
Slayer is
One Piece.
Attack on Titan too.
Dragon Ball, maybe?
One Punch Man.
One Punch Man is good.
Yeah.
What else?
Arthur. They just finished Arthur, one
I
of the
know,
longest.
they did the adult version.
Arthur's like a hippie now, or he's got a little goatee,
It looked really fucking weird.
a little anteater. Another good anime.
Going back to kind of like you're trying to do something that most people aren't putting out, and I think all of music has this certain like archetype where like if you make this music, you have to look or dress a certain way. And it also like showed today this Mexican rapper Dan Sir. Have you seen what this guy looks like?
No.
He's a Mexican rapper who actually had, if you look at the picture that's on my screen right now, he had his hair replaced with gold chains.
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
It looks fucking weird.
Hey, you live for the gimmick or you die by the gimmick.
Exactly. Do you feel like there's some negative connotations or maybe positive ones that are in the music industry, specifically like reggaeton and even hip hop? Because I feel like if hip hop rappers have it the worst, because they have to like spend so much money and look a certain way and like talk a certain way, and like they can't really express themselves all that well.
I mean, wherever you go, there's gonna be negatives, positives. But I mean, whatever floats your boat, whatever. Like if you're just trying to come into the game, make some money, like respect to you. You're trying to get your family out of poverty. Like
It's a hustle.
Like it's a hustle. Like do whatever you want to do. Obviously, I'm trying to do something bigger than that. Inspire whole generations and stuff like that. So, but yeah, like a Lil Pump, like you don't really hear from him anymore.
No. Yeah.
But and J. Cole called it. But you have the good and the bad. You have a J. Cole that's a lyricist, but you have a Lil Pump or a Lil Yachty. But I still listen to some of their stuff too. So
it's tough not to when it's so popular and it's so in your face all the time. When I mean, Lil Pump had like, was it Gucci? What was it?
Gang.
Yeah, Gucci Gang was like, I'm like, you're like, damn, that sounds kind of good.
And then he did that one song with Kanye.
Yeah, you're such a fucking hoe.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
You're
I'm a
such
sick fuck.
fucking
Like,
hoe.
But
I
that
love
song was
it.
like number one. Are there any rappers that you consider like overrated that you're like, I do not fuck with that guy at all?
Nah, honestly, you can learn anything from everyone. So I don't really do.
There's
that
no
type
one
of
that you're
shit.
like, no.
Nah, well, I mean,
You
What
can
is
be
something
honest,
you
man.
think is overrated?
I mean,
it doesn't have to be a rapper.
do you respect the SoundCloud rapper movement that came out of nowhere? Like we were talking about the Gucci Gang and the Tekashi 6ix9ine. It's just a bunch of beats, right? And like it's moving away from the deep lyrical meaning or the rhythm and flow to even have a rhythm, right? Even rhyme. It doesn't even have to rhyme anymore. As long as it's got a fucking sick fat beat, you're good.
Hey, what fat?
Sick fat beat. Sick fat beat. Sick fat beat.
Hey, what fat?
Sick fat beat. Sick fat beat.
Hey, what fat?
Sick fat beat. Sick fat beat. But I mean, taking a look from your point of view, like, are you worried that that's where the future of music is going to go, or like maybe, hopefully, it cuts itself at the legs before it grows? You know what I mean?
well, I'm definitely not worried at all. The SoundCloud era was also kind of like a hit on on these big labels. which is a positive because these labels are doing 360 deals. I don't know if you guys know what that is.
No,
but
you
it's
can
it's they probably
talk a little bit about it.
Well, I mean, it makes sense and it doesn't. But so they'll take an artist, maybe they're popping, maybe they're not, but they'll take a cut from every little piece of business that you're doing. So if you're selling merch, if you're selling the music, obviously, from concerts, if you decide to do a partnership with a tequila company or do a commercial, they'll take a piece from that. So they're gonna take a piece from everywhere. And some people say maybe that's fair because you wouldn't have been here without our money.
Yeah.
But in a lot of instances, it's years past that. Now they've created a brand, they've created their own thing, and they're still taking a piece of whatever they're. So even if they want to start a new business, like they're taking a cut from that too, usually in the contract.
Very predatory because like you could be a young upcoming band or artist, and then you get a contract or something like unknown label, and then you get bigger, and then like you said, you're still their product, like they own you.
So SoundCloud was kind of like, we're putting out our music for free and we're blowing up. We're creating our own fan base.
Yeah.
And TikTok is kind of the same way now too. So it's now a TikTok era.
Yeah, and streams, I mean, I think I'd say 50 to 60% of people are aware, but artists don't make money off streams. Like very, very little. It's bare minimum. They make their money off merch and tours. So whenever an artist that you like is selling like tickets to a concert, like obviously go try to see them, and then like even merch, that's probably the number one way that they make music, or they make money. I'm sorry. The other thing that I did want to talk about is, like you said, SoundCloud was a good thing for the industry because it made people aware of like, oh no, they don't need us at all in order to put out music. Mm-hmm. Do you think TikTok is going in the right direction, or do you think it's just artists trying to get a famous 30 seconds to become like Tuesday Slide by Drake? Mm-hmm. That was like the most obvious money grab that I think anyone's seen, but people still played it on TikTok and people still did the dance. Do you think that more artists are going to be like, I just got to make 30 good seconds on a song and then they'll find me that way? Like, do you think that's maybe in going towards a good direction?
Leaning into the algorithm.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, again, like, if an artist, that's what he wants to do, like, he'll have one track, but can he do it again and do it continuously? Like, he's not going to build the fan base.
That's true.
So it's like, okay, you got 30 seconds or your 10 seconds of fame and that's it. Drake can obviously do the money grab and come out and still have...
He's still got that whole thing.
He has a catalog, so he has a fan base. But there are also like tracks that like came out like years ago and are popping off now too on TikTok. So it's shining light on artists that didn't really have that back then just because of maybe something that a famous TikToker like danced to.
Hashtag Lost by Frank Ocean.
Exactly. That's the song.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
My God.
Wait, there was a lawsuit?
Off of Channel Orange?
Yeah.
Really? That song is from 2013.
I know. It's been popping out for a few months like a motherfucker. On like the most random videos. Every genre of video you'll find.
It's
Lost
on the
by
radio
Frank
too
Ocean.
now. Like they're playing it on the radio.
They started
too.
replaying it on the radio because
that is crazy.
TikTok revived it.
And what is that, like 5-6 years old?
No, it's from like
that?
20. It's from like 2012, 2013. Like I remember when that album came out. Like it's from this Channel Orange album.
Yeah.
It's not even from this, like his recent one. So.
Yeah, that's old. Yeah.
God
Well,
damn.
that's the power of accessibility to like multiple people. You know.
So yeah, the fans in the end are gonna choose what they like. Like if it's good music, they're gonna listen to it. But I think we're going in a positive direction, anyways, because there's still cool music and real artists out here too.
Yeah.
Dude, I wanted to explore. Earlier you were talking about you wanted to inspire a generation. I want you to dig deeper into that. What do you mean? Like, where does that come from? Like, just tell us a little bit about that.
Not a heavy question at all. Hey, how do you hope to change the use?
I mean, you put it out there. I had to bite. You know,
by influence, like revolutionary or like a big influence, like lyrically to reach people in their homes to like maybe to comfort them in the way that you were feeling when you needed comfort per se. Or I'm just putting words into your mouth.
I mean, What way do you mean like inspire a generation? Like, do you mean it like in the way he's talking about, like a political, like Bob Marley, like
I mean, not so much political, but just like
I mean, some of his songs had like certain themes, or do you mean it more like you inspire somebody in the way that like you entertain them and you help them make it through a tough day. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
So that's definitely a part of it. What you and Philip said. So just being part of their day, being in their playlist, like helping them get through something that they can connect with. But it's even bigger than that. I feel like we don't have enough representation. Like right now, like Bad Bunny, like everyone wants to be Bad Bunny, and if you're a girl, that you want to be with Bad Bunny. So like if a Mexican, which is probably the largest demographic here in the States, can do that, like get to that level, like you're gonna have kind of like the ability to inspire, motivate, and kind of change a whole generation.
Yeah.
Which is obviously something that it's a big weight on your shoulders. But just being able to see that you don't have to fit that stereotype of a Mexican. Like a Mexican can be whatever. Like I obviously I play soccer. A lot of Mexicans play soccer. But I'm also from Wisconsin. Not a lot of Latinos are from Wisconsin. I went to college, graduated magna cum laude. And there's not a lot of Latinos in colleges. It's slowly increasing, but still not like that, and especially succeeding at that high of a level. Just in my hometown, there wasn't a lot of players that were playing collegiate soccer. So I wanted to play collegiate soccer to also kind of show people that you can do it. So once you start seeing people do stuff that you never thought was possible, you can do it. So that's kind of the direction and the steps that I do. So I kind of sacrifice myself in a lot of ways too. I also had mentioned before, like I didn't take a sip of alcohol until I was 21. I did that on purpose for like if I ever was on a podcast or if I ever was like doing interviews, like there's a lot of alcoholism in the Latino community. Yeah. So, and my dad like dealt with that. Like I probably shouldn't say what, but like he's not an alcoholic, but he's had that in his family and stuff like that. And just trying to show people that you can take a different route. What I'm doing is not what you have to do, but you can take a different route from what everyone else is doing. So that's kind of what I am trying to show people.
You're trying to lead by example, be a trailblazer
Exactly.
in some ways.
Light the fire inside somebody.
Yes.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And for real though, like you don't have to fit the stereotypical mold of like that Mexican or like if you're a brown person. I mean, any kind of person. You don't have to fit the stereotypical mold. You can go out there and take a risk. You know, put yourself out there, get out of your comfort zone.
Because that is totally a pressure that kids like give to each other when we're younger. Mm-hmm. Like, because I remember I would hear that shit like, oh, you can't play that sport, you have to play this sport. Like,
play soccer.
Like, football, it would be the stupidest thing, but like you would hear that shit, and it was just, it was just a silly thing. But like it totally, he's right. There are like certain societal like boxes that like are more, I guess, in your zeitgeist. They're more in your conscious. They're more like in your media diet. And because you see that, that's kind of like what you think growing up are the possibilities. And
the only possibilities too.
Yeah. So like I get exactly what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. And like, we talk about Bad Bunny a lot, but he's, like Phil said, he's been at WrestleMania. He did a very like anime themed Yonaguni music video. He did a music video with The Simpsons. And this is somebody who's just like kind of does whatever he wants at this point and like it still has success with it. And it just goes to show, like, if you just stick to what you like and ensure the product is still going to be good, like, it doesn't fucking matter what you like. Yeah. Like, you can be enjoying anime, you can be watching anything and dress however you want. Like, the guy doesn't dress like a typical, like, Puerto Rican, Colombian. Like, he kind of just wears, like, baggy clothes and his haircut's whatever. Yeah. And, like, he doesn't give a fuck. But, like, his music is still good and that's what counts. Mm-hmm. So, into my next question, with podcasting, the four of us are Mexican, and I know you mentioned like you want to break stereotypes, and we try to do that as much as possible. But podcasting is so easy to do because, as you can see, all you need is mics at the basement of a trap house, and you can create anything. Do you find that with music?
Roll up, people.
Do you find that with music, it's a little bit harder to get started, or do you think it's just as easy where if you want to get into it, just start recording?
Just take the dive.
again, it's steps. So I assume when you guys started, it was maybe
it was dog shit.
One mic or
one conference
like,
microphone.
Yeah, so I kind of listened to you guys too, like a few episodes, and also the progression, you guys getting comfortable on the mic and the way you guys interacted with each other. So it starts at levels. So at first, like I was just recording on myself on a phone and like playing the beat off my laptop, and that's how I was doing it. But now with YouTube, like you can learn how to do everything on your phone. There's USB mics. I mean, XX Tentacion, like that's how he was recording on a shitty mic, like USB mic.
No fucking way, really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like the SoundCloud scene. Like that's how a lot of artists were doing. So you don't need a lot of money to do these things. If you want to step it up another level, obviously you're gonna have to save up and buy a different type of mic or find an engineer, network, do all that type of stuff. So in a sense, it's easy, but it's also difficult depending which direction you want to take it.
That's true. I guess like the more success you want, like obviously you gotta like invest a little bit of money into it. Yeah, because we record on the first like 3 episodes. We record on a conference microphone, which is like something that offices use to put in the middle of a conference table. And then after that, we started doing USB mics, and now we have like an actual podcast specific equipment in front of us. So yeah, I think it is about just like, if you want to do it, just get started. But like you said, it's
heavily a DIY. The first steps.
Would you say that for people who want to get started, like into the rap industry, like someone maybe hitting you up constantly that's like, yo, put me on a track, maybe someone you used to work with specifically at a hotel, restaurant,
maybe
who
like
got punched in the face, would you say to that person, like, if you want to get started in rap, just start recording? Or would you say for like maybe
and
younger
also, could
kids?
you suggest a rap name for him? On the spot. Don't mean to
on the spot.
question your lyricism, but
like I'm gonna like include his name, and I want.
Yeah, we're not gonna include his name exactly.
I don't know, like one punch.
One punch.
Not One Punch Man. One Punched Man.
One punch. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what would you say to young kids who want to maybe like damn, I kind of want to make music because I played soccer with TMI or blah blah blah. Go for there.
I would say put in the work, make people notice you. A lot of people have hit me up and they only have one song up. Or they only have like a verse on their phone. It's like if you're invested, like I want to see you put in money or put in time. Like I need to see that first. Even if you're not at the level that you're supposed to be, I'm willing to work with you or at least like sit down and like give you pointers or something like that. Like if you put in some work. I've had instances where like people hit me up for collab. This was in the beginning. And I'd do like my verse, I'd send it, and then they're like, yeah, bro, like I quit rapping, or like I would meet up with the person too. Sometimes we'd have a good conversation, and then I show them the song. They're like, yeah, like I want to jump on it, blah blah blah. I send on the track, and we'd set a date to like meet up, and then they wouldn't show up, and I could call them like text them. 3-4 times, like they wouldn't answer, email them, like Facebook, like anywhere, like oh maybe you lost your phone, like like maybe that day, like I don't know, and they never respond back. So
that seems really weird.
So yeah, now I'm very hesitant before I like do a collab. So it's like show me the work first, show me that you're putting in time, and especially if you put in money, like it's okay. Now you're actually invested.
Yeah, some level of commitment,
some skin in the game. Yeah.
So end game for like the different path or like different artists and different rappers. One trend that I notice is the restaurant business. They go straight back and they get a hot wing place. They get a steak place. Rick Ross, 2 Chainz, Jay-Z. So what's your venture?
Honestly, I'm not focused on that yet. To be honest,
step
like
by step.
yeah,
Step by step.
I got blow up.
Steps ahead.
I got blow up with the music. But like I have some ideas of what I would want to, but
hell yeah.
But like obviously like Mexican wise, like I can do a taco place or something like what's his name, Danny Trejo. Machete.
Yeah, Machete. Yeah.
Like he has his own like donut shop, or he has like restaurants in LA and stuff like that.
Check that out.
We'll look that shit up. Super
yeah.
producer over here.
I think it's a donut shop. I know he has like restaurants too, but like he has his social. Like as long as you have a brand,
Yeah,
you can
Trejo's
sell
Coffee and
anything.
Donuts. Yeah, you're
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Trejo's Tacos.
He's like the Mexican fucking.
He's got a whole little empire.
Yeah, he does.
That's
Jesus
beautiful.
Christ. Trejo's Cantina restaurant in L.A.
That's beautiful.
Dude, and in every movie he plays the same character.
Yeah.
He's a Mexican Tom Hanks.
Hit the clap.
You want to get a little clap for
Yeah,
that?
shout out
Shout out
Shout
Machete.
out. Yeah, shout out.
Best best performance was in Spy Kids 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best.
He played the same character.
Played the
Yeah.
same character in every single movie. Can't blame him.
You know, he actually started acting like
As an extra, right?
as an extra, yeah. And he was in and out of jail too. Like I think in prison.
Jesus.
So like that's where he actually I think got casted because he was boxing. Like he was a boxer, and so they're like, I want someone that's tough. Like
That looks
like
crazy
me.
looking.
And I think he helped like someone like teach them how to box in a movie, and then they liked them, and it's like, oh, I have another movie. Blah blah blah.
Damn.
And that's how he got in the industry.
He also got like 3 Machete alone movies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it was like 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. It became a cult classic, but he got his big start in the Marachi movie, right?
Yeah.
He was Antonio Banderas' bad guy.
With, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Badass. But I mean, that could be you. I mean, I know you got
Unless you
you got
think
multiple
big,
steps
though.
before you get there,
Big.
right? And like maybe the first
A lot
step is
of faith.
entourage. You ever thought about an entourage? Look at the Wu-Tang Clan. They got 40 people with them and like 4 pit bulls and coming out there with samurai swords and shit.
Yeah, well, I mean, if they want to pay for their own stuff, I ain't got that type of money. I don't have label money.
That's fair. That's
Not
fair.
yet. Hey, not yet. We've been watching the Kanye West documentary. We talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but I mean, Homeboy rolled up with like 3 people. Like, is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is that how you feel that you want to stay? It's just like, nah, just fuck everybody. Like, I just want my close people, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm naturally introverted, so, and I also feel like a small group of friends that you can actually trust, or a group of individuals that you can actually trust is the best way to go, because there's gonna be people that are slacking, and it's obviously more difficult to like manage a whole company. But I mean, if we can get a company that'd be dope too, like have different, because like I'm doing probably 90% of what a company does, like a label, like marketing, networking.
Yeah, I saw that you were doing like handing out roses and like, I mean, you have a QR code with you today, so I mean, like, all of that takes time to produce. All of that takes like time to come up with the idea and then to like go actually do it. So I mean, you're right, you are doing like 90% of what
exactly
normally is done for you, not just creating the music itself.
And you have your hands on the video side of from it as well too.
Yeah, you edit my music videos. and
Phil
stuff
was
like
a
that.
big fan of your music video.
Oh yeah.
Phil,
The,
can you tell
Which one?
Chumia,
That one?
the drink, the 40 ounce
Kawama,
Mexican
kawama.
Kumanga,
Yeah.
Chumanga, what?
Kawama.
Kawama. I'm working on my Spanish, my man.
Explain to people what a kawama is.
I believe a
hope you know.
kawama is a type of a 40 ounce. It's a translation for 40 ounce.
That's correct.
Malt liquor, as they say it. But the kawama, who was that lady?
He was a big fan of her.
that beautiful kawama angel.
I won't put her
Big
name
fan
because
of
I
her.
haven't asked if
This
she's.
guy
Oh, that's
over
fair.
here.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
I mean, she's just.
Well, I mean, this
local
music
guy.
video is shot really well, and
She's my cousin, bro.
This poor girl's gonna get hit up by Phil. He's like, yo, I saw you in that music video, girl.
she gonna be at the wedding.
No, she's not gonna be at the
Oh.
wedding. She's not that close of a cousin, but she's a cousin.
But no, but I mean, but yeah.
Wait, Phil gets a +1? We're not done with this.
Bro,
Phil gets a +1.
What do you think?
I don't think you're gonna be able to
No,
The pool.
pull that one. Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm
Look
gonna,
at this guy. He's a catch.
I'm pretty sure she has a boyfriend.
Yeah, that's why
Now she
I
got
was
two.
saying
Now
that.
she got
Yeah,
two.
That's why I
No,
was
she
saying
got
that.
two.
you think I can bring a
Side guy.
+2?
Oh no, you're not gonna be
He's not even a
making that a thruple over there. You're not gonna be the one to convince them to do that.
Oh my God. I like it. We're like, yo, man, we like your music, we like your influences, and Phil was like, yo, what's
I
up
like
with
the
the girl in the
What's
video?
up, bro?
Let me get her ad.
Let me cop him.
I don't think it's too difficult to find her. you just gotta know how to go through social media.
Yeah, you gotta just communicate well.
But yeah, man, it's really inspirational. I really like the video.
I'm gonna put Phil. That's the word for it. I'm gonna put Phil on the spot real quick. I threw a dinner party not too long ago. Is it cool if I tell the story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can cut it out if you don't want this in.
All right, hell yeah. I don't even remember the dinner party.
So we had a dinner party that I like throwing dinner parties and like just making food for everybody, like very grandma style. And I invited just a bunch of like friends over, and Phil was one of them. There was also this other girl that I invited who's like a friend of mine, like a friend of my fiance and everything. And afterwards, Phil texted me like, "Yeah, I got home," because we were drinking. So I was like, "Hey man, like, please let me know when you're home." Please. And he's like, "Yo,
Not
I'm
that
home."
much though, like
and then
a
he's
healthy
like,
amount.
And then he's like, "Yo, by the way, what's up with that one girl?" And then he hits you with the, "Yo, tell her my credit score is blah blah blah."
Hey, that's the way to go.
Hey man, network, man. You got to network wherever you go.
Exactly.
It's all about networking.
Yeah, your network is your net worth. If Phil was making full, he's like, "Yo, what's up with that girl?"
Wait, why didn't you make a move there then?
Oh man. No, I just
You slapped
I'm
on
all
that
talk
one.
and no walk. That's all it is. That's all it is. Whew, but she can still get it. So
Good. I'll let her know. I'll let her know you still.
She can still pour wine on you.
hell yeah. I'll be one of her rap videos. Come on now.
All right, let's go into what I wanted to talk about as well is Mexican culture specifically, because the four of us are all Mexican in the room, and we're all very different Mexicans. I'm very like nerdy and like I'm very proud to be Mexican, and there's a lot of things that I do that are Mexican, but you wouldn't really know that just by like the way I present myself, and I've been trying to change that more and more. But would you say when you first started, you're like, "No, I'm gonna make music. Like, I don't want to work a typical 9-to-5 job. Like, I don't want to do like the factory. I don't want to do this thing. Like, I want to pursue my passion." And like, obviously, you're still, you still have a job and you're still working. But like, how did you feel that your support base was when you were like, "No, I want to do something different"? Did you feel like maybe you got like a weird stigma, or like, he's lazy, he's huevon because he doesn't have 2-3 jobs like typical Mexicans do?
Could you repeat the question actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was kind of long.
It was a lot. It was a lot to take in. So being Mexican, you sometimes get put into this like archetype from like your own family, where it's like, "Oh, necesita que trabajar, necesita que ir a la escuela, needs to do this and that." But you did that. You did go to college. You did work. You did work your ass off. And now that you're making music, how did you feel the reaction was from family and friends and from other people in the Mexican community?
I think at first people didn't really take me serious. I've definitely been doing it a long time, so people that have like are close to me, they know like I'm serious about this. Otherwise, people looking from the outside, they're like, what is he doing? Or a lot of people didn't expect it. Like Juan said, like I was the quiet kid. Like I didn't say like shit. At first it was kind of like, who is this, and like what is he doing? And also I wasn't at the level that I am now, so I would send messages, people don't open, or they open them, they don't really respond. And then gradually there's more and more people that are like, "Oh shit, like you're improving," or like I like this shit, like I added it to my playlist actually, stuff like that. My parents wise, my parents have always been supportive like in everything I do, and I love them for that. So shout out to my parents. In soccer, they would drive us to different states. They would like find a way to like get us where we had to be. And music wise, they'll go to my concerts. Not all of them, but they'll go to them.
Hell yeah,
stuff
very
like that.
supportive.
Yeah,
I mean,
Just like Kanye's mama.
exactly.
You
Yeah.
need a strong foundation.
but I mean, that's like a stereotypical trait of a Mexican, right? Of like hardworking Latino parents that aren't there to go to these events.
Yeah, usually
Yeah.
it's the other way, where they can't go or they
Yeah.
don't go.
Because they're busy working.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, did I say that wrong?
but it's
No,
dope.
you-
It's dope to see. It can like you can make it work.
And you're also like, you have the fruit of the labor.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
"No, I am getting better. Like I am still uploading. Like I didn't just say, "Oh, I want to do it," and then kind of gave up, and then kind of, "No, I'm still doing it." Like you've been doing this for a while, and you're still doing it, and like
Exactly. Yeah.
so.
And it's a little bit different too with my parents. Like my mom, she'll be like, "I don't give a fuck what you're doing. Like just do you. Like she understands. Like you're young. Like do whatever you want. My dad sometimes he'll be kind of judgmental. Like he'll kind of be
¿Cómo
like,
está tu música?
like what are you doing? Like he doesn't understand exactly what I'm doing, or like I'll be hours on end on my computer, like promoting or creating content or editing, and he's like, you were in your room your whole day. Like what are you doing? Like come out of your room and that's like Dad, I'm working.
Fucking
yeah,
working.
like I'm working. It's like, what? You didn't do anything all day. You've been in your room, and I was like, I'm been working. And also these flyers that I've been posting up like for this latest single. Like I went to like 6-7 different cities in 1 week, just
Hell
like
yeah.
to post them and tape them up. And mostly it was by myself too. So it's like my dad's like, why are you driving like so far? Or, like just be careful. Like usually he'll worry like that. And he'll be like, just drive safe and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
But that's all part of the hustle and grind.
Exactly. Yeah.
Get that following.
One of the things I wanted to touch on today was, well, obviously the people who know you know that you, like you mentioned, have been introvert and were more of that in the past. But like what kind of caught me off guard is the way that like your sense of fashion has completely changed. Like in how.
Tell us what he's wearing in the room right now.
I mean, you're a better narrator over there.
I mean, no,
Lewis.
here, I
You're a
got this, doggy
better
dogs.
narrator.
Doggies.
You're putting me on the spot.
Right out the
I
spot.
was in the middle of
TMI comes out of his car.
Oh, yeah.
Balling. He's got
Ballin'.
this nice white jacket.
We'll take some pics after this. We'll post them for socials.
Oh yeah, and I'm like, dude, okay, what? It's a Wednesday. What the hell? What the hell? You're looking honestly. You look very, for as introvert as you were, and as like, how do you say that word? Akutamanga. What is that? Some kind of high like?
I don't know what word you're trying to go
Did you
for.
I have no
Akutamanga or something?
Magna cum laude.
There we go.
Graduated,
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's high honors, all right.
Yeah, high honors.
Yeah. See what I mean? So like, just you would. You were so far off.
See what
I was close.
I thought you were going for accoutrements.
Oh no.
I was trying to say Kawama again.
Shout out. But no, but the just to be as like as confident as you are with like that's flashy. And like
For
in the
real.
nicest way possible,
Yeah.
like that's like balling. And like it's to have that from like an introvert, like to find that comfortability. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I guess to tie up what Philip was saying and what I was trying to get to earlier, I feel like you're like the inspirations that I got from you and being exposed to your art like the last week as we've been preparing for this. I feel like I get a mix of like Bad Bunny's like flashiness and style and like swag with like Kuko's like musical like lo-fi like beats and influences. I feel that those were the names and like artists that came to mind when I was listening to you.
Well, they're definitely both influences. I for the longest time, well, I didn't know how to dress. For the longest time, I also didn't want to spend the money. Like I was like, I'm not to the level I'm supposed to be, and I was trying to be kind of like Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar is a big inspiration. Like at first, he also was like a white shirt, like didn't really wear anything flashy. Now he's also changed his style and leveled up, but a large thing actually was at the Latin Grammys. Like perception is a big thing. So like when people saw me dressed up, like they wanted to take pictures. When people saw me dressed up, like I got into rooms that I wasn't supposed to. I got to see Ozuna rehearse his set because I was dressed the part.
You were really looking like a pop star,
Exactly, yeah. Without ID, without like any connection. Like we just walked in like, hey, we don't have whatever. Like, can we walk in? So that also was like there's a click like in my head. There's been a lot of people throughout my career that have told me like, you got to step up your style, But that's kind of what kind of pushed me even further. I've slowly kind of changed, but during the pandemic, that's kind of something that I wanted to change too. And I wanted to appeal to women more than I was appealing before.
Yeah, you wanted to be not just an artist, but like, I mean, most artists
You want to grow a fan base.
end up becoming sex symbols just because of how famous they are. But like, you want to be like, nah, like, let's do both.
Exactly. And
I
don't
completely
get
get
me
that.
wrong. These chains are fake. So I'm not afraid to admit it either. So like the jacket cost me $25 at Ross too. these pants
Hey,
like, were
that's what's
$5 at
Damn.
Goodwill. So like I'm not. Out
Well,
here
that's the
balling.
fit though. That's
Yeah.
that's the vision. You have to invest in yourself. Even
Exactly.
like the,
Dude,
the
looking like a
little
pop star on
Mhm.
a fucking budget over here, dude.
For
Oh,
real.
absolutely.
And
I
I
need
forgot
a-
the shades too. Like the shades are like $15.
Bro,
too.
I need to follow
Uh-huh.
your Pinterest board.
I should start that. That's a good idea.
Hell yeah.
Just like TMI, follow Pinterest.
Right.
It's all step by step. And like you did mention a good point though about the Kendrick Lamar and the white shirt. Thanks to kind of like Kanye West just wearing sweatpants and just going out there. It's just like baggy and shit. Like hell yeah, this is it.
And
Yeah,
then
he changed too. Yeah.
yeah, no, 100%. And I was gonna say one of the things that going back to the Kanye West documentary, like you see early on in the documentary, like when it's taking place in the early 2000s, he's dressed in polo, like polo Ralph Lauren, like skinnier shirts, and then you see
lot
a
of
picture,
denim, too.
a video next to Jay-Z, who was the biggest rapper at the time, and he's in like full baggy clothes, and like Kanye just stuck to that, completely changed the culture. Then he had Chief Keef and all these other artists wearing like polos and completely like got influenced by that, and now Kanye's on this like Old Navy, Gap, very simplistic, like very, very just essentials, like it's just all one color and like it looks very good. And so yeah, I mean what you said, going back to just like changing your style on a budget, like as long as you're yourself and you're like, it doesn't matter how much money you spend.
Exactly. Yeah. As long as you're happy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
A artist in a small town is like, have you felt that you have had any, like, what are the downsides that you've seen, and what are like, is there any hidden upsides? I would imagine it's mostly downsides, but I may be wrong. You tell me.
I mean, like I'm usually introverted. I stick to most of my music I read in my room. So it's not like I'm outside on the regular.
Yeah.
So it's not like people be like, oh, like blah blah. And I'm not like
I guess
big,
not
so-
having like a network that you might have in a city. Do you find that might be like a downside at all, or not?
So
Fuck
yeah,
it, like
that's definitely a
everything's
downside.
digital.
So there's no music scene in Delevan.
Yeah.
So I'm technically like the big fish. Not everyone knows me yet, but like most people know me, especially if they're friends of friends and stuff like that. And I'm definitely doing a lot more to be outside and be like, oh, this is TMI, like to notice like, oh, this is who's that guy, like just having those posters of me all bloodied up in stores, like it's like who's that guy.
Yeah.
And then if they see me on the streets, like, oh, you're that guy. And I've had that
Yeah.
actually recently, like you're that guy from TikTok, or
Yeah.
you're that guy from that music video, like from different places, like that you wouldn't have thought of. So a negative is people know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like people like can point you out, so it's kind of weird, it's kind of
Yeah.
awkward.
You feel a little naked.
Yeah. Yeah. And also don't like dating local women.
Yeah, fuck 'em,
because
bro.
like people talk,
Just kidding.
and it's like, so whatever happens, like I'd rather just date outside.
You
the
got to
city.
build a mystique about you. You know,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, that too.
And like you're saying, you're the big fish around here. But have you gone like to any more open mics, like trying to like get into like the Milwaukee scene, the Madison scene, even Chicago?
So yeah, the most I've done is probably Milwaukee. Milwaukee's probably the biggest part. I've had a few. I've opened for a few people. Done open mics and stuff like that. I'm definitely trying to get more into the South Side. South Side is where like most of the Latino population is.
Okay.
Shout out Brown's Crew. Like they're kind of how I've gotten into the scene.
Into that scene.
Yeah, they're kind of like the big fish there.
That's cool.
And Milwaukee as
Networking, baby.
exactly.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, as much as you want to say that it's a city, it's actually pretty small.
Yeah.
So like I've brushed shoulders with a lot of people. There's also a producer named Came One. He's actually big homies with one of the guys from Brown's Crew, and he's been, I don't know if he's won a Grammy or Grammy nominated, but he's been on Kanye West albums. Like he's a producer, and I've shaken his hand and stuff like that. So, and he's a Latino too. He does his own stuff. So it's a very small community, but that's kind of my next endeavor. I don't know if I'm gonna move out there or what, but that's definitely my next endeavor.
All right. Fuck yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah. No.
I knew that like you probably had some like that to tell us that you were working your way into a network like that, because I don't know, you're over here like too serious for me to expect you to stay in Delevan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thought you call him like the Joker or something.
No, like you're
He's
too serious, and like
in music,
the
yeah.
amount of work that I've seen you put into your art and your project, like I can't assume that you would stay. I maybe you could and make it work, but I would just think about it for you. Like you said, you want to network and you're pretty serious about it. Like I would assume that you would go either Chicago or Milwaukee, like just because like the big fish are out there, you know, like you
and
never
Milwaukee's growing.
Yeah, and like how many huge artists and names have come out of Chicago? Like fucking
No, it's been
endless.
a bunch.
Exactly,
Yeah. So I mean,
Asking
yeah.
about the ladies, I know you said you don't date local women. We have a very strict rule on not sleeping with fans on the podcast. Like all
Seriously.
we, you know, very.
Please stop sending panties for Luis.
I mean, this is maybe like TMI, too much information.
Yeah.
But have you had
pun
girls
intended.
have you had girls specifically hit you up? Because I remember I saw you perform at a Halloween party
Oh, Wisco?
3 years ago.
Whitewater.
Yeah, Whitewater. You performed
yeah.
at the, and then I talked to him afterwards, and he said, you know, he showed me the music video and everything. So have you had girls and men specifically hit you up, being like, "Yo, let me be in the music video. Let me." Have you had people try to hit you up specifically for that?
Not music video wise.
Or just trying to slide in the DMs, like
There's been a few where like
Slide on the
I be-
casting couch.
they see you out and they're like, "It's my fucking shot."
Not like I be talking. Sometimes I be talking to
I'll
them,
do anything.
and they don't, and they don't know that I rap or make music. And then they see me perform, and they're like, and then they hit me up again and shit like that. And then and then I kind of stand out. Like maybe I should take that. Like I should take advantage of that, but I haven't yet. Be like, nah, you weren't into me. Like I'm good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, do you feel like a little bit?
Yo,
Like,
that's what the goats have though. Every
Yeah.
little slight. That's what they say about Michael Jordan.
Future's got
Every
7
little
baby
slight,
mamas.
bro. And
No,
then I took
that
it
makes
personal.
sense though, because especially, you know, like you said, you don't date in a small town, like because word's gonna get around, and it can
And I-
definitely make it.
And I
out
feel
for you.
most girls are scared too. Honestly,
I'd say
but
around here probably.
it's-
Yeah.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
scared to date you because
No,
you're.
not scared
you're
to date,
who-
just scared to make it vocal that they're into me, you know.
Yeah.
Because I know there's girls into me, but like it's just they're not gonna make it vocal. And I'm also very weary too about like trying to
Skeptical, like, are they in it for the wrong reasons?
in it for the wrong reasons, and too like also not tarnish my name and reputation, be like y'all talking behind my back and did this and blah blah blah, even though just spreading false rumors, because there's
He's like, they're not gonna me too me.
yeah.
look what happened to Kanye West. You don't
Not
want to
this
find
guy.
you don't want to find your Kim K and just go crazy. And,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You don't want to get Kardashian cursed.
because there's some artists in Milwaukee that have had allegations. Some of my homies that wasn't true, and there's actually a big artist right now too that has had some stuff that actually did happen and stuff like that. But that was on him because he actually did it. But if you don't do it and there's like just talking
keep your nose
ill
clean.
about
You know?
like
Yeah.
like so sometimes I'll be like I'm gonna stand out, like stand back. I don't want to get into this, like don't talk ill
Exactly.
about me.
Don't purposely put yourself into the crossfire.
Yeah,
No, I get that completely.
but sometimes I like fuck it.
Woo.
Of course, man.
And that was our
fuck it.
TMI.
Dude, sometimes you just
TMI.
gotta do.
That was our
It's gonna be
TMI
TMI.
segment with TMI. Oh, that's fucking funny.
But I mean, it's almost more authentic when they fall for you and then like you rap too. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
You feel like what's up?
Where you've already established that attraction.
You said you're a big FC Barcelona fan.
I am.
I fucking hate that team.
Yeah.
I hate that team.
Who's your team?
I hate Real Madrid. I like Arsenal FC. I've been very vocal
Because
about
they
it.
don't win anything anymore.
Do
They got history. They got history.
do you
Low
feel-
standards.
We
No
took
expectations.
Very low
Henry.
standards.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we share a
Thierry
couple
Henry.
players. We
Yeah.
share.
We got Fabregas.
We got five. Yeah, exactly. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. There's a couple, but not important. What I wanted to say is FC Barcelona is a very big team with a lot of rich history. Do you think that supporting such a historic club has made you like want to essentially replicate what they do for soccer, what you do with music?
I've never thought about it that way.
Where like, because they are the best and the standard's always the best, and like if they're not winning trophies, it was a shitty year.
I've actually never thought about it that way, but maybe subconsciously, like I do think about that. Honestly, I fell in love with it like during the tiki taka era, like with Pep Guardiola and
When they were like the best team in the world for like 10 years.
They were winning every trophy, stuff like that. Yeah, and I mean they had the best player in the world, Messi, and just the way they were playing and stuff like that. Just learning from them too, because it was also a different time period for me. Like I was more into soccer, so that was the team I was looking towards to learn.
What's up with the one girl in Chumanga? Kawama.
Caguama.
Yeah, if you haven't
That's
yet,
the name
go
of the song,
check
guys.
out
Check
go
it
check
out.
out Kawama. Yeah.
Yeah, no. Do you have any upcoming?
Shot by Melanie Wright. Shout out her.
There
Melanie
you go.
Wright.
Shout out.
Has her own
Credits, guys.
photography.
Credits.
Oh, she has her own photography.
Her photography
Oh, hell yeah.
business.
That's what's
She's
up.
doing boudoir now.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. She's been very helpful in my
Dude, I might have to
My
sign up
stuff, too.
for one of those boudoir sessions.
yeah.
Bro, the people want to see this.
Yeah. What are you? Let's finish off with what are your upcoming goals and things planned in like 5, 10, or 5-year plan and a 10-year plan?
Okay. Honestly, I think usually week by week or month by month. I obviously do have bigger goals. More recently, I have a coming up track March 13th. I'm dropping a new track every on the 13th of every month. So be ready for that. It's gonna be called
Do you want to leak it
Genuina
here?
Cariñosa.
Okay.
I guess we could leak it.
Do you have it on you?
It's it's on my phone.
Yeah. Fuck it. We'll do a little sneak peek on the.
Yo no busco una pornstar, para eso salgo con Riley Reid. Yo no busco una de moda, para eso salgo con Caribe. No tiene que ser famosa, talentosa. Lo de ahorita tu morro ya no importa. Si pesan algota, si no es una cariñosa.
See, there we go.
Damn. Was that? Did you say Riley Reid?
Yeah, I said Riley Reid.
Like the porn star?
Yeah,
That's why I started laughing.
Wait, what is it?
How did you miss that?
It's just I'm not looking for a porn star. If I was looking for,
How did
I
you
would date
miss that?
Riley Reid. That's what I said.
That's why I said. I was
You
like,
need to work in your
No,
Spanish.
I guess I listen more. I'm over here enjoying like the.
Yeah,
Again,
sometimes you don't
yeah.
listen to the
You
lyrics.
listen
at
to
first,
different
yeah.
Very
parts of
lo-fi
different,
hip-hop.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's like 13th. You said.
On the 13th. Yeah.
And you're gonna upload that to everywhere again.
Yeah, all platforms.
Beautiful. Yeah, well, make sure you keep your eye on that. Anything else you want to plug in? Everything's going to be dropped in the description down below.
Yeah, listen to the last one. No quiero saber. We're recording a music video. We've been attempting to record music videos on iPhone 11 Pro, just to show people you can do whatever you want with what you got. Like, who doesn't have a cell phone nowadays, especially in the US? So do with what you got. 5-year plan is by that time hopefully have some bigger features, have a bigger fan base. Sooner than later, I wanna do like a tour, a smaller tour like Midwest, and then right now I'm just collabing with as many artists as I can. This is artists like painters, people that make beats, people that just, I don't know, whatever craft you do, podcasts, stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm collabing with everyone and anyone right now. So hit me up right now when you can. I'm planning to go to LA soon. Some people that I met at the Latin Grammys, I want to go work over there with them, shoot some music videos. This dope DJ, his name is Tommy Tsunami. He's doing his own shit over there too. He's Salvadorian, so I want to go check out his shit too. The scene over there. I've gone once before, but I didn't really get the connection or get the feel, that the vibe that I really wanted to. So now that I know some sort of know some people, I want to go over there. What else am I planning? Just starting to get back on the mic. I didn't grab a mic for like a year and a half, almost 2 years during the pandemic, and I just grabbed it like last Friday. Again, I did an open mic, so I'm trying to get back on that. Just getting more natural on the mic, going out, and as much as I may seem confident, I'm trying to grow my confidence to a different level. So that's what I'm doing.
Is there any spots in Milwaukee that they can catch you? Like any frequent spots, like for the mics or whatever? For the south side of Milwaukee, essentially. Hell yeah.
So the Yesenias, I'm not sure what it's called exactly, but it's called Yesenias. It's in the south side. They do different events. They do like some hip hop chess. They do open mics. I believe the third Friday of every month. So that's my plan, to just keep going to those open mics in the South Side. The South Side, there isn't really as much as there should be. So they're kind of doing their own thing. They're also doing like bachata. Did I say bachata? Bachata nights, like teaching people bachata and stuff like that. So
okay.
yeah.
I love that show.
Other functions essentially.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sick. Well, everybody, we're gonna outro to No Hay Otra by TMI. Go check him out. New song every 13th. Once again, man, thank you so much for being on the show. And
Thank you for having me.
No, of course, man. Thank you.
Cuando te veo triste quiero llorar, cuando te tengo cerca quiero bailar, y cuando te debiste quiero explorar. Mujer como tú no hay otra igual. Cada uno de tus problemas quiero escuchar, cada logro tuyo quiero celebrar, cada parte de tu cuerpo quiero besar. Mujer como tú no hay otra igual, no hay otra igual.